This video is brought to you by Squarespace. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and to run your business. A photo speaks 1,000 words, but a polished and professional portfolio can get us those $1,000 clients. Enter Squarespace, the all-in-one platform for websites and domains. Photographers, it's time to be done settling for slow-loading websites with tedious plugins. I trust Squarespace's all-in-one platform to keep me booked and busy. Pick from one of their dozens of contemporary drag-and-drop layouts, host your custom domain and email with them, and even conduct successful email campaigns. Everything you need to run a successful photography business under their umbrella and at your fingertips. You can head to squarespace.com to begin your free trial, and when you are ready to launch your beautiful professional website, you can go to squarespace.com/Jessica Whitaker to get 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain.
Hey photographer, Jessica Whitaker here, and I'm so excited to bring you behind the scenes during a branding shoot with the queen of all, the queen of Facebook, Haley Woods. She runs one of Facebook's biggest, most engaged groups of all time called Girls Love Travel. So Haley came as a student for the Institute of Code Social Media and Photography Bootcamp workshop here in Bali that we just wrapped up, and I could not believe it when I met her. I low-key fangirled. I was so excited. So I'm really excited that she and I are going to be working on some cute little photos for her, for personal use and for her business that she can use throughout social media, and I'm excited to be walking you through details to pay attention to in these kind of photographs. My biggest clientele when I lived in New York City was branding photos for all different kinds of business owners, and I've picked up a lot of tips and tricks along the way to make sure that they have a whole image set that is versatile that they can use for months and months and months. To be clear, that these photos aren't for Instagram in the sense of content creation where we're banging out several different outfits and trying to get a lot of different settings. These photos are going to be used when it comes to the front end of her business. So for example, she chose to use them on her website or on Facebook ads or stories. Our location today is indoors in the AC because right now in Bali, it's about 95 degrees Fahrenheit and 95% humidity. So we are going to be shooting with all natural light with the Nikon D810 and the Sigma 35 Art 1.4 lens. You're going to get a chance to meet Haley and hear what her and her business are all about. It's so amazing. I can't wait for you to learn.
My name is Haley Woods, and I'm the founder and CEO of Girls Love Travel. So Girls Love Travel is a community of women travelers, or those who identify as women and female, including non-binary and gender fluid persons as well. But one of the things that's great is our pillars. We are founded on 3 pillars of S's. It's safety, socializing, and support for the women traveler. So if you're going out there and you have a question, we've actually been referenced a lot of times as sort of the Google search engine for the women traveler.
Yeah,
so if you have a question, go into the search bar, check it out, and most likely you're gonna already have the answer answered. But if it's not there, then you can ask and you get a direct line and contact with another human being. It's really for everyone, and it's out there for you guys to enjoy.
So I'll have a link to the Facebook group
Thank you.
down below. Instagram down below, and then also your website and the blog that's coming out all down below. She just casually mentioned to me that she just came back from Antarctica with another woman who was on the same workshop that we're at currently, and she casually mentions it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to go to Antarctica. And she's like, oh, well, you can go with Girls Love Travel. And I was like, they have travel groups, so I'm just one who scrolls through Facebook or I'll ask questions. It's so much more than just that, so much more than a Facebook group. What are some of the excursions or the trips that you guys have gone on? So
right now, while we're talking, there's actually 24 women in Antarctica from our group, and there's another 19 women in Egypt from our group that are in 2 different places around the world doing bucket list travel and enjoying. And last year when I was in Antarctica with our group, crazy enough, there's this place called the Penguin Post Office that is a post office on the continent of Antarctica, and it's run by 4 people. And at the time that I was there, one of the 4 persons was actually a Girls Love Travel member. It was it was mind blowing. So we had someone living on all 7 continents from November to March of last year. So
that is so sick.
It's wild, but we're revving up and starting to do co-branded trips with different trip operators so that we can find ways to make your travel cheaper Even with brands that you've known and loved for years, we're getting away so that you can get discounts.
Yeah. But I'm so excited for this. It's so amazing to have you on the channel, the queen of everything. So everything will be linked down below, and we're gonna hop right into the tutorial. Our first location, we're gonna do Haley sitting down at these beautiful big white couches, and she's gonna be on her computer. We'll have her look off to the side, look down at the computer. We'll get a variety of shots. Whenever you're doing branding shots, you want to make sure that you have a big variety of the different kind of layout. So you want to be thinking Instagram is vertical, Pinterest is vertical, blog is horizontal. We want to leave room for text on the left and then maybe on the right. Even if it seems like the pose is the same, but you're getting the variety in how you are shifting them within the frame to allow for that room for text. Now this pampas grass we have next to her, but I'm not getting it fully in the shot. I'm just gonna have it kind of brushing in. It does look kind of awkward, just like plopped there, right? It doesn't look so natural, but we're using it to frame her. And we moved the green grass right behind her because the green and her red, her branding color, her main color is red. Complementary colors, and will also look really harmonious. So she is wearing her Girls Love Travel logo necklace, so we want to make sure that that in every shot is really clear, nice and aligned. Yep, and look down, and then look at me and smile big. Lift your face nice and high. Yeah, and she has the best smile, so we really want to make sure that all of these photos, we're really highlighting that. And also, it just creates like a welcoming vibe because her brand is all about community. So the more photos where she's smiling with her teeth, the better, because it does kind of emulate the rest of how you're going to feel when you enter into her website, into the Facebook group. You want to make sure that the images that you're using are very friendly and welcoming. Let's use your phone, and I'm gonna have you, so her phone has the logo on it, so we are going to put the phone up on this side of your face so that I can let the light hit it nicely, and it's more in the shot, more intentional than if it was hidden behind her face right here with the hair and then the rest of the jaw, at least at this angle in this photo. Just another day at the office, and then put your other hand on the computer, and then look up at me. Yeah, nice. When it comes to these shots, especially vertical, that we've been shooting for the past few frames, I'm leaving as much room for cropping as possible so that you could crop it for Instagram, you could crop it for a story with a text and swipe up. So you have, again, like that versatility. Okay, yep, and then kind of, yep, beautiful. Bring your hand now on the opposite side of the keyboard. So Jenny, I'll have you swing over here. So even this little detail, I'll have you put your hand back. I can't see her hand, but she has these great red nails. So when she moves her hand over here, I can get that in the frame. Beautiful, and then look at me. And now look all the way over there. Yeah, perfect. So now we're gonna do a close-up, and I'm gonna just shift the computer a tiny bit more in front of her. I'm not gonna get the full thing, but I do wanna get at least a bit of this airplane of her computer case has the logo on it, and I wanna make sure I can incorporate that a little bit with a horizontal shot. So she's kind of like almost tucked behind the computer. We get half of the heart in the airplane. Beautiful, and then look at me and smile big again. Yeah, gorgeous. And what if we even, do you have your glass of, where did the Coca-Cola go? What if you even like hold that, because that's something that you love, part of the brand? Yeah, beautiful. With personal branding shoots, don't get so stressed about having all these different creative poses, because she's a businesswoman. She's not trying to do the most artistic, creative, conceptual photography. We want it to be a little bit more serious, still fun, but we don't have to think, oh my gosh, wait, I can't think of the most creative pose on earth. What am I gonna do? She's gonna fire me on the spot if I don't have her do a cartwheel right now. Don't get stressed out over it. And again, you can review all the images down below so you can kind of see that as inspiration for your next branding shoot. Haley just mentioned the Girls Love Travel hand side. So this means I love you in American Sign Language, and then turn it sideways and it's airplane. So she said clever. And this whole shoot is very impromptu, but typically I would ask my client before, send me over your brand assets, anything that is visually and also just copy and the voice of your brand. I wanna make sure that I understand it fully so I can emulate it, so that your client doesn't walk away. Let's say Haley wanted a shot with the hand sign, but she didn't think of it, you know, she's in front of the camera, maybe your client is nervous or this is their first ever shoot. They might not think of those details, but they might come back to you and be frustrated or disappointed that you didn't get that shot in it. Even though you as the photographer, if you didn't ask, you wouldn't know, but we wanna make sure we can avoid any situation where the client is unhappy, right? So we're gonna start out with some close-up shots and then move to full body. And then these are really good for Haley because this is more her. We still have the Girls Love Travel necklace and we have the notebook and the phone where she's still on the go and working, but it's not so traditional where she's sitting down at the computer. These photos could be used even like as her own personal Facebook photo, right? Like it's not as corporate almost. With a notebook, and she said, okay, I love how she said Facebook pen, and then let's have like the phone actually in the same, I think in the same hand as this one, if that's possible. Yep. Yeah, there we go. So then your other hand, we can kind of play with your hair. And do you mind if I adjust it a little bit? So since she has blonde hair and she's wearing a black top, the hair, if we have any tiny piece that's misplaced, you're gonna notice it. So you wanna make sure that you kind of just pay attention to these little details. Now, sometimes we do want the hair to look messy, and that's different, but we might not wanna have like one piece awkwardly on the shoulder, right? So I'm just gonna zhuzh up the hair a bit. And then because her top, her jumpsuit has this really great kind of sleeve detail, we can also do a little like three-quarter turn. We can incorporate that little bit into the shot too. And we got the cement texture. We have a bit of the darker wood, and this is just a really good neutral backdrop for Haley to use. Okay, so I'm gonna do some horizontal shots. I'm gonna leave room for text on the right side of Haley. I'm gonna choose to shoot horizontal, not this way, but this way. This is a more blank slate. We have a bit of the door, but it's not as distracting as having this door right in the middle of the frame. Therefore, these are gonna be better for her on her site. Perfect, than if we had the door straight up in it. Okay, perfect, Haley. And just adjust my focus. Nice. All right, everyone, that was the tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you learned something. If you're interested in joining the Girls Love Travel Facebook group, and have that link down below. I believe in you and in your business, and that's why I'm here on YouTube teaching for free for you every single week. So be sure to hit subscribe so you're the first to know when a new tutorial for your photography business comes out. You can also join the Build and Bloom Facebook group, which I'll link down below, which is my online community of over 60,000 kind, encouraging photographers who are ready to help you expand in your business. You can ask questions, receive honest insight, and support constructive criticism. It's a great place to get plugged in for my photographers. If you enjoy the way that I explain and share about how I set up each and every shot and the way that I teach here on YouTube, chances are you're going to love my online photography workshop, The Business Behind Photography, How to Market and Manage Your Dream Ideal Clients in Your Own backyard, and you can also take those skills everywhere else in the world. This workshop is especially great for beginner photographers who are wanting to build up a sustainable business right from the start, or for those who have been in the game for a while but you want to polish up on your skills. This workshop just might be for you. It's helped and blessed so many photographers across the globe, and I'll have a link to my workshop down below, or you can check it out and all that you can learn at jessicawhitaker.co/workshop. All that you need to know will be linked down below, as well as the Squarespace. So if you're interested in getting 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain, be sure to check out Squarespace down below. I believe in you and your business, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.